Yo, so a couple lessons I learned this week. There were quite a few. Lesson one, no one is going to do it for you. Very well known that if something is not done, it's only not done because you didn't do it. I had Bible study, and one of the questions was, in what way are my lips and my actions not in sync? And my first example was me saying I have no time. There's always time, but we think we don't have the time because we're too busy doing something else. At least in my case, it just comes down to things being harder than I expect them to be. I want things to be done in a smooth manner. And the moment that it's not, I say, I don't have time for it. And then I start putting the things that are easier for me to do in front. Work is easier for me to do. Spending time with people, easier for me to do. Even though it's hard in my mind because I'm thinking, oh, this is tough work for me. I don't normally do this, so this is hard, but it's not harder than the task that I'm avoiding. And that being said, that task that I'm avoiding will never get done until I do it. That workout that I need to do will never get done if I don't do it. That book I haven't read will never be read if I don't do it. And then all these things will continue to add up until you just have a list of things that you never got to because you thought you couldn't get to them when you could have. So that's lesson one. Lesson two, it's a small world. And these are in no specific order, by the way. Whatever actions you decide to take today will definitely affect you. If not tomorrow, which is immediately, that's kind of crazy. Then tomorrow being years from now, months, weeks, whatever, it will affect you in the future. I try my best to lead with godliness, servitude, and respect. And when I say I try my best, I literally do my best. 98% of the time, I am on point with it. I had a situation come up where someone that I had dealt with dating-wise a while ago ended on great terms. They came in contact with a friend of mine. I had no fear on whether or not good things or bad things were going to be said about me. And it immediately made me think about, dang, if I had mishandled that situation or any situation really, this one scenario just put it in perspective of me realizing that my actions in the grand scheme of things are very, very important when it comes to dealing with other people and how you handle that situation. So yeah, lesson two, it's very important how you treat people because you never know how it's going to come back to you in that full circle moment, whatever it is, good or bad. So you kind of just want to do your best to handle those type of situations the right way. I had a situation where someone didn't treat me kindly, and it's like one or two things will happen. They'll either have that done to them, or it'll be a full circle moment where I'm presented in front of that person again, and then I have the option to do whatever I feel in that moment, still leading with what I like to lead with, of course. And you hear stories of that all the time, turn the other cheek, things of that nature, where someone meets their old bully or something, and it's like you choose to move in kindness. I'm not doing all that. Like going forward, I think I've learned my lesson on I can forgive you and remove myself from the situation where we're not in the same places. And I'm going off on a tangent right now. So second lesson, treat people however you want them to remember you in the future. And lesson three, staying 10 toes down is so important. I cannot tell you, and maybe you deal with this too, how many times I've had an idea, I've had a philosophy that I like to go by. I have an action that I feel is justified, that I feel would make me be a better person. And I've gone against it because someone else downplayed the way that I felt I should be moving and just made me falter in some type of way. And you end up doing the wrong thing. When I say the wrong thing, I don't mean the wrong thing in like your life, but I mean like the wrong thing for you at the time. Because anything that you do is just gonna add to you making choices and you leaning into those choices versus somebody else's ideas and ideologies being put on you and you feeling like, hey, maybe I should go with that one because I feel like what I'm doing is wrong. And it creates self-doubt in a way. So lesson three for me was standing on business, making sure that if there's something that I feel so strongly about that no matter what, I can't let somebody else's ideas and what they feel strongly about interrupt that. Obviously, leading in love. Feel the need to do something that's evil. Rarely feel that, but it's like, then that's something that I have to process and deal with. But I'm talking about things where it's like, okay, this is me respecting myself and making sure that I'm taking care of myself in a healthy manner. And then someone else tells me that what I'm doing is not healthy. Those things gotta go. I mean, it can't be that way for you. You can't do that to yourself because it holds you back and doesn't allow you to truly think. Even if you fall, good or it could be bad, you have no idea, but it's yours. And when you do it, you'll you'll learn from it, and you'll learn from your own individual actions. Seeking counsel and all that is okay, but at the end you have to feel right about all the things that you've done, because you're gonna blame someone else if something goes wrong, and if it goes right, then you still will be like, that wasn't mine. I feel like with things that aren't exactly black or white, you kind of have to trust in God first, and then your own, like, what will make me feel the best in the way I handle this. Truthfully, not just instant gratification. I mean, those were some of the lessons I learned this week and last week. It's wild how, when I look at each lesson that I just told you, how in those moments, how either upset I really was, or how intrigued I really was, or how motivated I was in each of those lessons. And now sitting here talking to y'all about it, being able to like digest, like, dang, all those things happened to me in a span of like 1 to 2 weeks, but they are going to happen to me again. And I have to take that moment to realize, like, hey, didn't you say you got to stand on business? And didn't you say that if you don't do it, it's not going to get done? And didn't you say, like, treat people now how you want them to remember you in the future? And we all have these moments where we learn these individual lessons, and it's up to us to continue to remember and to continue to build upon these philosophies and ideas that we have, because a situation that looks new, it's presented differently to us, we're gonna think we have to handle it differently, and we won't, because it'll be something that we've already dealt with before, just wrapped up in brand new packaging. I want us, I mean me, and of course you, to think about whatever it is that we struggle with the last 2 weeks. And I'm gonna do it. I did it by making this video, and I want you to write down those 3 things and then hold on to them. Wednesday's tomorrow, hump day. I want you to try and take it from Wednesday to Wednesday, this hump to the next hump, and see if you could just hold on to those 3 things, 2 or 3 things, and see if you can find them in a bunch of different situations. Like, really keep an eye on them. I'm gonna be doing it. I'm gonna be looking at what I stand 10 toes on, what things I'm just allowing myself not to do because I'm thinking I don't have the time. And I'm gonna be thinking about how I treat each individual and how I'd want them to remember me in the future. And those are the 3 things I'm gonna hone in on. Feel free to comment yours. And next week when I upload a video, you can feel free to comment underneath that if it worked or it didn't work. I'll make sure to put in the beginning like a check-in on, did you do it? How was it? And leave your feedback, because I think that's what it is. We just get caught up in trying to think about all these other things or other things that are put in our plate, and we don't do the homework anymore. Like, where is life's homework besides base? I got to get money to put a roof over my head and to eat. And by the time the weekend comes, I'm just trying to figure out how to let go of all this stress that I have, as opposed to doing the extra work, which is the internal looking at what our specific problems are, because that requires more work. And I've thought about that before. Like, dang, I just got done with work. I don't want to work on something else. That's why I feel like I don't have the time to do the stuff that is actually beneficial to me. That's all I got. I hope you enjoy this video, and please be sure to do your homework, and we'll check back in next week.